evening. Thanks for joining us on the news at 8, the 8th day of May 2025. I am Chinero Mahi. Customer deadlines. Governor Oti calls for energy strategy revision, cautions against past errors. Deputy Speaker Carlos seeks U.S. partnership for electoral reform. Tension in court as Nnamdi Kanu's trial adjourned again. We take commercials and be right back with details and many more. Take a look.
Experience the smooth and strong feeling that consistently surpasses expectation. Leading the way in high-performance lubricants, Master Supermoto Oil is as durable as titanium.
Welcome back. Now to details. Abia State Governor Alex Oti has urged those involved in the extractive industry to pay attention to the emerging ecosystem in regard to the business of mineral resource exploration. Oti made the call on Wednesday while declaring open a two-day national stakeholders retreat and board meeting of the Nigerian Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative held in Umuahia, the state's capital, with the theme Impacts of Energy Transition on Nigeria's Economy. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, has officially closed the registration for the 2025 Hajj pilgrimage as of May 2nd, citing the need to focus on the logistics of airlifting pilgrims to Saudi Arabia. In a statement released on Wednesday in Abuja, Hajia Fatima Usara, Assistant Director of the Information and Publication Division, NACON, said stoppage of further registration became necessary in order for the Commission to concentrate on airlifting pilgrims with sufficient resources to ensure their comfort. Honorable Benjamin Okeze-Kalu, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, has pushed for collaboration with the U.S. government to aid Nigeria's initiatives to advance electoral reforms and gender equality. Kalu made the call during a meeting with a delegation from the U.S. Embassy in Nigeria led by Mr. David Frost, a political counselor, and Cassandra Karuni of the National Assembly on Wednesday in Abuja. The Federal High Court in Abuja has adjourned the trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra IPOB, to May 14, 21st and 22nd, 2025, following continued cross-examination of witnesses and presentation of evidence by the prosecution. Abn Tv reports. Kanu appeared in court on Wednesday, May 8, amid tight security as the prosecution continued to present documents and video evidence aimed at linking him to alleged inciting broadcasts, the formation of the Eastern Security Network (ESN), and unrest in parts of the Southeast. At a teachers' conference in Lagos, over 60,000 Nigerian educators from both public and private schools will come together to set a new Guinness World Record for the most teachers in one place. Disclosing this at a press conference in Ikeja, Lagos, the Director of Strategic Partnerships, 1 Million Teachers, Oluwaseyi Anifowose, said the conference is slated for September 20th at the Tafawa Balewa Square in Lagos. Civil society groups have raised concerns over what they allege is a coordinated campaign by opposition elements and discontented northern political leaders to destabilize the Senate and unseat Senate President Godswill Akpabio. In a joint statement, Civil Rights Africa and the League of Democracy Defenders accused suspended Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan of spearheading a smear campaign against Akpabio. They claim this campaign includes unverified allegations of sexual harassment and assassination attempts charges, which remain unproven. Former President Goodluck Jonathan has cautioned that the covert implementation of a one-party system in Nigeria could undermine the country's already precarious democracy. Speaking at a memorial lecture held in honor of the late elder statesman Chief Edwin Clark in Abuja on Wednesday, Jonathan emphasized the dangers of political manipulation aimed at sidelining opposition parties. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja on Thursday dismissed a suit that Multi-Choice Nigeria Limited filed to challenge the intervention of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission in the recent increase in DSTV and GoTV subscription fees. Delivering judgment, Justice James Omotosho held that the suit constituted an abuse of court process since the same subject matter is pending before another court. The federal government has been urged to compel food and beverage manufacturers to disclose the quantity of salt and sugar in their products as a way to combat the rising tide of non-communicable disease such as obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular ailments linked to poor diets. At the launch of the report titled Junk on Our Plates held in Lagos, the executive director of Corporate Accountability and Public Participation Africa, Mr. Akim Bode Oluwafemi, criticized the food industry for prioritizing profit over public health. The House of Representatives has resolved to investigate the disbursement and utilization of the 200 billion naira loan issued by the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) for the National Mass Metering Program to electricity distribution companies. Chairman of the investigative committee, Rep. Uchenna Okonkwo, Labour Party Anambra, announced this in a statement on Wednesday in Abuja, noting that a 19-member subcommittee has been inaugurated to conduct the probe. On foreign scene, the United States and Britain were reportedly set to announce a trade agreement on Thursday that could have implications for President Donald Trump's tariff assault, though the scope of the deal may be limited. According to the New York Times and Politico, the agreement would be with the UK, citing multiple sources familiar with the matter. The Wall Street Journal described it as a framework rather than a finalized deal. While on sports, Mexico City is set to welcome over 5 million visitors for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, with the opening match slated to take place in the sprawling mega city, authorities confirmed on Wednesday. The tournament will be jointly hosted by Mexico, the United States, and Canada, marking the first time that 3 countries will co-host the prestigious event. 3 of the 16 venues for the tournament will be located in Mexico, with Guadalajara and Monterrey sharing hosting duties alongside the capital. The remaining venues will be spread across the United States and Canada. That sports news brings us to the end of the news at 8. Before we go, recap of our major headlines. Governor Oti calls for energy strategy revision, cautions against past errors. Deputy Speaker Carlos seeks U.S. partnership for electoral reforms. Tension in courts as Nnamdi Kanu's trial adjourned again. For these and many more, log on to our website at www.abntv.com.ng. You can also download the app to Google Play Store, download ABN Radio/television. You can as well follow us on all our social media platforms displayed on your screen. I am Chinye Omai. Let me have my dress and stay safe.